Colby Sweatberg with Silver Lining Mentoring. We were grateful to be one of TPC's first grantees, and a few years later, we are now in the position of extending our tremendous gratitude to TPC for doing what you all do best. For, of course, your generosity, for investing in us. You saw our potential, you wanted to invest in young people in foster care, and you made mentoring possible for more young people. You've connected us. You've allowed us to meet other thought leaders. You invited us to present at other conferences, connect to other donors and people who would care about our work, including connecting to TPC members who eventually became board members for us. So many thanks for your generosity, your belief in our mission and our vision, and for being the fabulous people that you are in wanting to connect, inspire, and educate other folks like you all to join us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts at Silver Lining Mentoring.
Hello, my name is David Delmar Santias. I'm the founder and executive director of Resilient Coders. We're a highly competitive, radically free and stipended nonprofit coding bootcamp, serving people of color, training them up for careers as software engineers, and connecting them with jobs as such. We concluded the hardest year we've ever had by placing 94% of our graduates into jobs averaging $92,000 starting. So we're now in Philadelphia and we're launching in Pittsburgh in a couple of months. This doesn't just magically happen. What we do at Resilient Coders, we do in coalition. TPC, thank you for being a part of ours. Onward.
Hi, my name is Kate Sinatra Butler, and I'm the founder and executive director of Dignity Matters. I wanted to thank you very, very much, all members of the Philanthropy Connection, for your support last year. It was a challenging year for the whole nation and certainly for all nonprofits, including us. And we wouldn't be able to distribute 1.5 million items last year to 8,000 women per month without your support. So thank you very much for the grant that came in the perfect time.
A warm hello to the Philanthropy Connection community. I'm Mitra Shavarini, the Executive Director of Project Citizenship. In 2019, we received our first grant from the Philanthropy Connection. In that same period, the summer of 2019, a 32-year-old young man, originally from Afghanistan and where he had been an interpreter for the U.S. Marines, applied for his citizenship through our office. We shepherded his case through the laborious and complicated legal system. His application was accepted this May, and he'll be sworn in June as a U.S. citizen. Today, he's a security officer in Boston. The arc of TPC's grant is the rainbow above this young man and thousands of others who Project Citizenship has helped bring to naturalization. Your support makes our country stronger, economically, socially, culturally, and civically. Thank you for believing in our mission.
Hola, buenas. Mi nombre es Gladys Vega de La Colaborativa en la ciudad de Chelsea. Hi, everyone. My name is Gladys Vega from La Colaborativa in the city of Chelsea, Massachusetts. I am delighted to give my thanks to the Philanthropy Connection for what they have done in Chelsea. This pandemic hit us extremely hard, and thanks to you all, We were able to sustain our community, continue to support their overall needs, and we continue to serve graciously with the support of the foundation. Muchísimas gracias a nombre de los residentes de Chelsea. Thank you so much in the name or behalf of the residents of Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Namisha.
And we are from Science Club for Girls. Due to critical funding and volunteer support from TPC, Science Club for Girls expanded this year to serve more girls, mentors, and families from underrepresented communities in STEM in new ways, including virtual science clubs, coding clubs, rocketry programs, and a live science show, now being broadcast from Virginia to Maine due to our recent partnership with Comcast.
Talk about increasing accessibility of STEM. We bring hands-on learning, mentoring, and empowerment to all that we do, as illustrated in this quote from a Science Club for Girls parent. My daughter has become extremely comfortable sharing her ideas and thoughts after joining this club. It was critical to her happiness during a rough time with school being closed.
Thanks to TPC for making this possible.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
Wow, what an inspirational start to the evening. I want to thank everyone who had a hand in putting that beautiful video together, our grantee partners, as well as our members. My name is Tatiana Joyce, and I am your virtual host for the evening to guide you here through our program. I've been a TPC member for the past 5 years, and it is my absolute honor to kick things off and introduce our very own co-president, Barbara Gaskin. Outside of her membership, Barbara is an avid photographer, birder, and excellent boat captain. Make sure you ask her about that after tonight's meeting. We've been lucky to have her in our membership since 2014, but my real focus here this evening has to be uplifting her leadership over the past year in particular. Not only did she support membership through a transition to 100% virtual engagement, hello, here we are yet again, but she has dedicated herself to shaping and now implementing our strategic planning as an organization and collective. Barbara, thank you for your work. Please step into the virtual spotlight.
Thank you, Tatiana, and good evening and welcome, everybody. It's great to be here tonight, and I thank you all for attending. A special welcome to the many new members and guests joining us tonight. This is our favorite night of the year, as we look forward to introducing you to our 10 new grantees, each of whom will receive $25,000 grants. In just 8 award cycles, TPC's members have given nearly $2 million to exceptional nonprofits working to improve our communities in so many ways. Your generosity changes lives. Before we hear from these 10 incredible organizations, I want to take a minute for a few acknowledgements and to share some TPC highlights for 2021 so far. First, what an honor it is to serve this organization. Over the past year, you, our members, really stepped up to support our grantees and TPC through the many challenges presented by COVID. Thank you so much for your adaptability, your volunteer efforts, and your ongoing commitment. While we're not able to meet in person tonight, we will be soon. Over the summer, our membership committee will be organizing informal get-togethers so that we can begin to reconnect finally. After all, connections are what TPC is all about. And we hope to keep these connections alive and thriving as we move ahead in the fall with in-person events. We will continue to offer Zoom access also so we can include as many members as possible. But I think I can say we've all missed the energy in the room, and we really look forward to seeing you all in person again. TPC would not be the organization it is today without the tireless leadership of its incredible board of directors. To my fellow board members, I wish it were possible to acknowledge all of your accomplishments individually, but suffice it to say that together, we're making an impact and we're taking TPC forward in exciting new directions. It is a pleasure to work with all of you. One of our major accomplishments in the last year, as Tatiana mentioned, was the approval of a new strategic plan to guide our work for the next 3 to 4 years. Many thanks to members for their input, to those that served on our strategic planning committee, and to our terrific outside facilitator, Richard Harriman. Though the plan is broad and deep, we settled on 2 overarching goals, which are to first transform our community by increasing the diversity and size of our membership. As you will hear tonight, we are already making changes to make TPC an even more welcoming, open, dynamic, and inclusive community of philanthropists. And second, to maximize our impact by increasing the size of our grant pool. This will allow us to give out more grants and add multi-year grants as we grow. At the same time, we will continue to find ways to support our grantees beyond our funding dollars by offering robust volunteer opportunities and sharing our connections. Our organizational structure has already changed to help us meet these goals. We've added a co-president and co-chairs to most committees to ensure that the work remains both enjoyable and achievable. I'm happy to formally welcome and introduce Bridget Dunn, whom you will hear from later, as my co-president. Bridget has been working alongside me since February. And as you will see tonight, several members of our Young Philanthropist community and our DEI committee have stepped up to take leadership positions. Not only does this structure spread the workload, it offers natural opportunities for mentoring, experience, and growth. Tonight, you will hear from several of them. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our corporate sponsors. Cambridge Trust and Hemingway and Barnes, your continued support over many, many years is greatly appreciated. And to the Cummings Foundation for its multi-year grant. These sponsorships have allowed us to sustain and strengthen our operations. And finally, some individual recognitions. We would like to express our gratitude to our longtime administrator, Allison Yoder. Allison, thank you for your dedication and for keeping us on track over the last many years. We wish Allison all the best as she moves on to some new exciting career opportunities, and extend a warm welcome to Amanda Klein, who will be our new administrator. Thank you once again to TPC member Nicole O'Connor, co-founder of 7 Pair Studios, who produced the videos for tonight's program, and to Caroline Beckman and the many members that helped create this evening's presentation. You're just an awesome organization to be a part of, and it's just so great to be here. So we hope you enjoy the evening, and back to you, Tatiana.
Thank you for that gracious transition. And really and truly, thank you so much, Barbara, for all that you've done, and a warm welcome to Bridget, and a big thank you to all of our new leaders and sponsors who stepped up this past year and continue to step up. We appreciate you. I know you must all be eager to know who our awardees are. I know that I have my top 10 in the back pocket. Without much further ado, I really am excited to tee up Sue Meehan, who is our co-chair of the Grants Committee and fellow member of 5 years. She will introduce our first 5 grantees. Sue, please take it away.
Thank you, Tatiana. Hi, everyone. As Tatiana mentioned, I'm Sue Meehan. I'm a board member of TPC. And this year I've had the honor of co-chairing our grants committee with my fellow board member, Bridget Dunn. Our grants process began back in October when we recruited TPC members to lead 14 grant teams of 8 to 10 women each. In November, we received over 100 grant applications, which were divided among the teams for consideration. Team leaders participated in trainings in the fall and then met with their teams over the next several months. teams decided to request full proposals from 51 of those 100 organizations, and then asked 29 for site visits, and ultimately put 22 on the ballot for the full vote of our membership. In total, we had 121 women involved in a variety of capacities in our grant making process. I want to take a minute to thank the women who worked on the grants committee helping organize this whole process, Bridget Dunn and Ruth Ferguson. I'd also like to thank the women who served as grant team captains, deputies, finance leads, eligibility and financial screeners, DEI liaisons, grantee liaisons, as well as all of the women who served as a grant team member. And I want to convey special thanks to our administrator, Allison, who's done such a fantastic job keeping this entire process on track through many grant cycles. We're so grateful for her hard work through her tenure, and we're really going to miss her this grant season. For those of you considering joining TPC or who haven't yet been on a grant team, please give it a try. Team members regularly comment on how much they learn about the incredible work being done by so many deserving nonprofits in the greater Boston area. And teams provide an opportunity to meet women from many different backgrounds, leading to really thoughtful and enriching discussions about philanthropy. And then in this upcoming year, the grants committee will be working to pilot new additions to our grants process to help us achieve goals outlined in our 3-year strategic plan, as Barbara touched on. We're going to be exploring things like piloting multi-year grants and incorporating principles of trust-based philanthropy into our process, just to name a few. Every one of our 22 organizations on the ballot has been deemed worthy of our grants, and we really wish we could fund all of them this year. I hope everyone here tonight can help recruit friends and colleagues to join TPC so we can increase the number of great organizations we fund. So now to the exciting part. I'd like to introduce the first 5 of our 2021-2022 grantees. Best Hospitality, Roses Housing, Dignity Matters, Fathers Uplift, and Green Roots. And please watch their introductory videos.
Hi TPC members, my name is Joan Abbott and I am the Assistant Director at Best Hospitality Training. We partner with Unite Here Local 26, the Hotel and Restaurant Workers Union. Our mission is to provide individuals with the education, skills, and training to excel in the hospitality industry and in their personal lives. So let me tell you about Fatima. She came from Morocco and got a job at a local fast food restaurant. She worked really hard, but never earned enough to pull herself and her family out of poverty. She took our housekeeping class and got a union housekeeping job at a partner hotel. Her salary more than doubled, she got great benefits, and as part of her Local 26 benefits, she could continue to take classes at Best. This is the successful model of someone making the transition from being among the working poor to moving into the middle class. And then COVID hit. All of our partners' hotels shut down. All of our students were furloughed. Best made a massive shift and started teaching our classes online. And instead of preparing job seekers for housekeeping jobs at hotels, we prepared our graduates for housekeeping jobs at hospitals. So Fatima, who had been furloughed from her hotel job, is now working at a hospital. That's great. But here's the thing. We have very limited funding for the job seeker program. And since the incumbent worker training is paid for by the hotel employers and is based on hours worked by Local 26 workers, that primary source of funding has been severely reduced, over 60% because of COVID. Meanwhile, there are about 4,000 Local 26 members who are not expected to go back to their pre-pandemic jobs this year. That's a lot of people who will need help to improve their skills and get a job. And this all takes money. Thank you, Philanthropy Connection, for your crucial support You are good friends of BEST. We've had your support in the past, and I can honestly say there is no other funder out there who has helped in so many ways beyond the grant. You know who you are as TPC. So thank you, or as Fatima would say, shukran.
Hello, TPC trustees. My name is Jasenia Gill. I am the Executive Director of Bread and Roses Housing. We are a nonprofit community land trust that was established in 1988 with a mandate to help low-income families build social and financial wealth through affordable home ownership. Our community land trust model is a progressive solution to community change in the affordable housing space. We place land in a trust to be used and shared as a community resource while offering a radically different model of home ownership to families that are traditionally excluded from the housing market. The Bread and Roses housing mission is to create and preserve affordable housing for low-income families, to support those families in their goals for self-sufficiency, education, and empowerment, and improve economically distressed neighborhoods. Your investment in Bread and Roses housing will allow us to continue to level the playing field for underserved, first-time home buyers by expanding affordable home ownership opportunities. We are truly humbled and so grateful for your support. An investment from a female-powered philanthropic foundation to a female-led organization is truly the purest affirmation. From the depths of my heart, I am so grateful. I thank you. I salute you for the work that you do.
Hi, my name is Kate Sinetra Butler, and I'm the founder and executive director of Dignity Matters. We are a nonprofit organization that collects, purchases, and supplies free menstrual care, underwear, and bras to over 8,500 women and girls per month here in Massachusetts. Last year has been unprecedented for everyone, and that includes our nonprofit.
During COVID-19, thousands of women and families found themselves dealing with the challenges of unemployment and economic hardship. Because menstrual care is expensive, rarely donated to the organizations that support their communities, and can't be purchased with food stamps, SNAP, or WIC, thousands of women suddenly found themselves unable to access these products. To meet that need, we more than doubled the number of women we were supporting every month at the beginning of the pandemic, and continue to do so today.
In 2020, we distributed 1.5 million units of menstrual care, plus bras and underpants to women and girls in need. That's enough product to support over 8,500 individuals a month. We distributed this product bi-monthly via our partnerships with 150 nonprofit organizations, such as food pantries, shelters, drop-in programs, and schools. One heartbreaking story from our partner Family Aid Boston was from a single dad with 2 teenage daughters. He said, "The most important thing for me in that weekly bag I receive are those pads. Thank you so much." We're touched by stories like these and strive to be able to sustain the level of support we achieved in 2020. As a result, we requested support from the Philanthropy Connection.
We will use the funds from this grant to support the salary of a programming person. Dignity Matters is primarily a logistics and distribution operation. The programming person will inventory all of the products that we receive, as well as sort them by type and size. That individual will then work with Andrea to ensure that each distribution period we pack exactly specifically to all of our 150 plus partners' specifications.
So thank you so very much, the Philanthropy Connection, for your ongoing support. We couldn't sustain the operation we have developed last year without your help. So again, thank you so much from all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Charles Clayton Davis Jr. And I'm Samantha Fields Daniels.
And we are the founders of Fathers Uplift Incorporated, the country's first outpatient mental health and substance use treatment facility for fathers, where we assist dads with overcoming barriers that can prevent them from being the dads they've always wanted to be in their children's lives.
And as you know, COVID has impacted all of us. And throughout that time, we took all our services online and were able to impact more dads and support more dads throughout the COVID year. And what we did also that was important is that we started servicing fathers at their homes. And so we were doing services on the go. We provided also food services to our fathers. We connected with other partners that were doing so. And so throughout COVID-19, we're able to support over 3,000 families and children in the city of Boston. And we're able to also provide food services to them as well. And we're able to do all of our services online.
And with your guidance and your support, we're going to be able to use this funding to support the continuation of our building infrastructure. We want to grow that, we want to build that, so we can continue to sustain our services. In addition to receiving philanthropy support, we can build and make sure that our agency stays around for years to come. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to further sustain our mission.
Thank you again. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Chelsea and East Boston were two of the most impacted communities by COVID. What Green Roots did was it established systems to help address the COVID impacts in Chelsea and East Boston. We also established a health equity core and vaccine ambassadors to help connect folks to resources and help them in their struggles throughout this difficult pandemic.
Hola, mi nombre es María Belén y yo estoy con la organización Green Roots Raíces Verdes. Hacemos el trabajo organizativo, organizando la comunidad, involucrando a los residentes para la justicia ambiental.
Mi nombre es Ibrahim López, yo soy el organizador de justicia climática de Green Roots y estamos aquí para recoger basura en Island Park, pero también es importante saber que esto es una pieza clave de justicia climática.
Hi, we're Eagle from Green Roots.
We're an environmental justice crew from Chelsea made up of 7 youth, and we advocate for environmental justice rights.
Madeline Scammell, I'm a resident of Chelsea and a member of Green Roots, thank goodness. I'm also a professor at Boston University School of Public Health, and we partner with Green Roots on many research projects, including this year on the topic of heat.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. I'm the Health Equity Core Coordinator here at Green Roots. And today we are flyering in the community. We're sharing information about the vaccine clinic, which is now open to those who are 12 plus. So we're going to be posting up flyers at bus stops and walking around sharing them with organizations such as the Boys and Girls Club.
Hi everyone, my name is Johnny. I'm the Health Equity Core Organizer at Green Roots, and I'm here today to distribute some wellness kits with masks, hand sanitizer, and some thermometers to folks here in Chelsea.
Hola, mi nombre es Ana, vivo aquí en Chelsea y hace 2 años me envolví con el trabajo en esta granja. Me encanta estar aquí.
Toda la comida que cosechamos acá va a una dispensería local que queda unos bloques en Chelsea y todas las semanas, los lunes, hacemos la cosecha para nuestra comunidad y también la comunidad puede venir acá a cosechar sus propios vegetales.
Green Roots is so grateful for the support of so many foundations and individual donors like the Philanthropy Connection. Thank you for investing not only in our organization, but also in our communities.
If you're like me, you may have needed some Kleenex during that amazing video segment, one after the other. I can only say wow, and know that I speak on behalf of all of our membership when I say that I am excited, incredibly excited for the work that lies ahead. The next portion of the program is similarly pre-recorded, and I wanted to share that this is because our membership co-chairs, Carolyn Beckman and Kelsey Medard, wanted to be sure to include the voice of Kathy Dunnigan, one of the primary architects in creating a new membership investment structure for TPC. So get ready, buckle in, more change is happening right now.
The Philanthropy Connection is pleased to announce a change to our membership investment structure. In alignment with our strategic plan, which prioritizes equity, growth, and sustainability, we are choosing to rename membership dues to membership investment, knowing that all of our member donors are investing in our grantees, TPC, and the community at large. We are making a shift from 2 levels to 4 levels. Each of these levels is accessible to members no matter their age and has full voting rights. The new levels are $2,500, $1,200, $600, and $300.
While we encourage women to invest at whatever level they can, we hope that current members will continue to invest at the same or higher level than they have in the past, which will allow us to increase the size of our grant pool. If you have already renewed for 2022, we thank you, and we want you to know that a generous donor has covered the cost to round you up to the new levels. TPC members represent diverse socioeconomic backgrounds. We recognize that a woman's age or income level does not fully reflect her ability to invest in a specific membership level. Wealth in Boston is highly stratified, with Black, Latinx, and women-led households the least likely to accrue savings or real estate. TPC is committed to dismantling systemic inequities and to cultivating a membership bound by its commitment to Greater Boston.
We look forward to expanding access to TPC to further diversify our membership and to connect with more women who want to tap into the power of collective philanthropy. With this change in our structure, we anticipate growth in membership. Our goal is to add 50 new members for 2022, which will help ensure TPC's long-term financial sustainability. This increase in membership will also allow us to further embrace and educate more women while increasing the size of our grant pool. Through research and conversation, we engaged with over 35 organizations to strengthen our membership structure. TPC thanks all of those organizations and every member who helped to craft these new levels. TPC is thrilled to provide this new and truly unique membership investment opportunity. At this stage, we need your help and initiative to help us grow. We encourage you to invite all of your friends and work colleagues to join TPC, and we also encourage you to spread the word within any organization you belong to. TPC looks forward to welcoming new members and new partners. Thank you.
Wow, back-to-back wows. I just have to affirm and double down on what Kelsey and my fellow members just shared. I know that as a membership collective, we are excited to welcome new people into the fold as well as new partners. I am super excited to share that as of tonight, this evening, we have already had members re-engage with our membership investment structure. Okay, wording change here, folks. And we've had over 10 people already rise to the occasion. And so it is with great honor that I, share for everyone that I'll be reinvesting in my membership. And I truly hope that you all do the same, because an investment in TPC is truly an investment in an organization that is not satisfied with how philanthropy in Boston and Greater Boston has been done before. We are not satisfied to just inherit a system. We are an organization, we are a group of people, of women identifying folks who innovate in this sector. So I do hope that you will join me this evening in renewing or engaging for the first time in our membership. And our next update will be coming from our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. This is spearheaded by both Jennifer Angarita and Torian Green. While only Torian will speak tonight, I wanted to highlight that both of these women have worked hard to instill DEI principles throughout our organization, and their passion is evident. I mean, it's exciting to share that the DEI committee is actually our largest committee. To name just a few things, Torian is an environmental advocate, attorney, and proud member of TPC since just 2019. She found us through attendance of the Massachusetts Women's Conference and now sits on the board as well as co-chairs the DEI committee for the second year. YP and all-around ally, here's Torian.
Thank you, Tatiana. Hi, everyone. My name is Torian Green, and I am the co-chair of the DEI committee along with Jennifer Angarita. From COVID-19 and its disproportionate impact on communities of color to last summer's national reckoning on racial justice and increased violence against Asian American communities, it goes without saying that the past year has brought many difficult challenges. We know the work of advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion is as important as ever. As we asserted in last year's statement of solidarity, TPC recommits to taking action as an organization to advance an anti-racist dialogue, to eliminate structural inequalities, and to promote racial justice across all generations. Since the creation of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, TPC has made considerable changes to the organization to be more diverse and inclusive while addressing important equity issues. Some of the highlights of our initiatives this year include the addition of the DEI Spotlight to the TPC monthly newsletter, which provides transparency and highlights the progress of the DEI committee and provides additional resources to expand members' knowledge and understanding of the intricacies of diversity, equity, and inclusion. In light of current events, TPC has vocalized its strong support of Asian Americans and the Black Lives Matter movement. The DEI committee, through the leadership of Kelsey Medard and Pamela Simmons, has successfully gathered the demographic makeup of 82% of the TPC membership. This information will assist TPC in better understanding the demographics of its membership and areas for improvement in membership recruitment. DEI members Mary Ryan, Kaylin Babiyan, and Catherine Kaniki led the revamping of the grant-making process by embedding DEI and trust-based philanthropy principles. We have also added DEI liaisons to every grants team to support DEI discussions. TPC has hired DEI consultants to assist in the continued growth of the DEI strategy. The DEI consultants have engaged in listening sessions with TPC past grantees, current and past members to understand their thoughts regarding diversity and inclusion at TPC. Thank you to all who have participated in these listening sessions. We value your time and input in continuing to make TPC a more diverse and inclusive organization. Lastly, tomorrow on Friday, TPC will be sending out its annual member-wide survey. We want to know our members' opinions and thoughts about all the changes TPC has made to integrate DEI within our organization. We encourage all members to participate, as this will help TPC continue to make changes to address and support the needs of our members. Thank you.
Thank you, Torian. We certainly appreciate that heads up. I know that I will be putting a reminder in the queue to fill out that survey tomorrow when it launches. And our final spotlight of the evening is coming from the Education Committee. Education is one of our core beliefs as we work to pause for effect. Here comes our new mission statement. You'll find it on our website. As we work to inspire and enable our community of women to learn, grow, and engage in collective giving to support nonprofit organizations addressing systematic inequities impacting individuals and families within the greater Boston area. A bit of a mouthful, but you won't have to say it verbatim every time like I just did. Now, this evening, both of our education co-chairs are teachers. How lucky are we? I mean, come on here. While Jenny Morrison joined us in 2015 and Osa Magbe Osage joined in 2019, both are active serving board members and represent a range of talent and experience. In just 5 short months, they've built an amazing rapport. They may even finish each other's sentences, but no promises. Ladies, the floor is yours tonight.
Hey, Osa. Only a year ago, we were sitting in our respective bedrooms. I was putting together some virtual events. You were meeting on the DEI committee. And look what happened. We're together now as the new education committee. And we're curating these really great educational opportunities for the TPC community.
Did you know that we are one of the few collective giving groups that even offer educational programming for its members?
Well, TPC is all about granting our members opportunities for connection and dialogue through educational programming. This has been true from the start. How lucky are we to be a part of that?
To usher in the new organizations, we are super excited to start planning upcoming dialogues in order to learn more about the great work they are doing in their communities. Another opportunity that's coming around again is the 21-day Racial Equity Challenge. Already, over 100 members have participated in this challenge. That's amazing. And we recognize that we have a lot more learning to do. We can't let up on the moment. It's still really important to keep talking about race, power, and other systemic inequities.
There's so many ways to get plugged in. One way would be to take the challenge. It will be offered again later this summer. You embark on a self-guided learning journey to examine the history and impacts of racism and other inequities in order to be a better informed philanthropist. It lets you forge connections with other TPC members in a safe space through small group conversation and reflection. And you'll also find your lane, figuring out how you yourself can take authentic action around diversity, equity, and inclusion. Shout out to Robin Miller for all the work she's been doing to keep this challenge going.
The challenges of this year have shown us that we truly need to stay connected with one another so that we can sustain this work. And I'm super excited that we'll continue to offer a variety of other forums throughout the year, such as panels, book clubs, and volunteer events in order to engage our community in this learning. So you'll be hearing from us. Please join us on this journey and get plugged in. In closing, we'll leave you with some words of encouragement from poet Mary Lou Anderson, as each of you go on to lead in whatever way you choose. Leaders are called to stand in that lonely place between the no longer and the not yet.
And intentionally make decisions that will bind, forge, move, and create history.
We are not called
to be popular.
We are
not called to be safe. We are not called
to follow.
We are the ones called to take risks.
We are the ones called to change attitudes, to risk displeasure. We are the ones called to gamble our lives for a better world.
That was amazing. Thank you so much to Jenny and Osa for not only sharing your updates in the DEI work that is being done with the 21-day challenge, but your words of poetry as well. I know that I'm certainly appreciative, and I imagine I'm not the only one in the crowd tonight. It is my pleasure to queue up once again for everyone here, Sue Meehan, chair of our grants committee, and easily the lady with the best job tonight because she's going to introduce our final 5 awardees of the evening. Sue, I got to get your job next year, please. The floor is yours again.
Thank you, Tatiana. No disagreement here. I'm very excited to announce the remaining 2021-2022 grantees. They include Immigration Family Services, Massachusetts Adoption Resource Exchange, Neighbors in Need, Project Citizenship, and Respond. And here are their videos.
Hello everyone, my name is Gérald Gabot with the Immigrant Family Services Institute, known as IFC. When I started this organization, my goal was to create a space where immigrant families will come and feel welcome, feel that they are part of a family. That's the reason why our mission is to expedite the successful transition of immigrants into their communities with dignity and respect. IFC stands on 3 pillars: education, advocacy, and integration. Through education, we support our children with after-school program, music education, enrichment activities. We also support parents with English and computer classes. Through advocacy, we partner with other organizations to fight for immigrants' rights. And through integration, we build a workforce development pipeline to help immigrants find jobs, build their resume, and connect with other resources. When COVID-19 hit, IFC was the first among others to quickly move online and provide support to over 300 children. And we brought together an army of volunteers to provide one-on-one support to the families. We also serve families with cash assistance, guidance through different forms that they have to fill out, connecting them to resources, providing food distribution on a weekly basis to be there for them. A successful story that we want to share with you is the one of Martine, a single mother with 3 children. When she came to IFC, she was very desperate. She didn't know where to go, what to do, because she was looking for school for her children. She wanted to find a job for herself, get to English classes or computer classes to support the family. When she came, we told her everything is going to be all right. And at the end, she sent us this wonderful note. Thank you, IFC, for giving me and my family my life back. That's exactly the reason why IFC exists, to help people like Martine to register her children to school, provide her with enrichment activities for her children, and also for her to have access to English and computer classes. That is exactly what we are about, building a community of support to our immigrant families. We understand that the immigrant community has been very hardly hit by COVID-19. And for us to be there to serve, we consider that a great privilege, a great opportunity. The Philanthropy Connection Award will help us to continue to provide services to those families, and especially to our children who need a safe place with a very reliable internet connection so they can learn, because we understand that our children are our future. So thank you so much for all your support and for all your help.
Hello, my name is Ashley Philandis. I'm the Specialized Recruitment Coordinator at the Massachusetts Adoption Resource Exchange, also known as MARE, and I am so honored and grateful to be here with all of you tonight. MARE is a private nonprofit agency founded in 1957 as one of the first adoption exchanges in the country. We work collaboratively with the Department of Children and Families, and our mission is to find adoptive homes for children and teens in foster care. More specifically, we are focused on identifying families for children who historically wait the longest, which includes children of color, teens, sibling groups, and children with special needs. Like so many others, we have continued to do our work remotely over the past 15 months. Since March of 2020, in addition to onboarding several new staff members, we have held more than 15 virtual matching events, bringing together children, families, and social workers. We have also held a number of virtual information sessions and have assisted hundreds of families in getting started with the adoption process in this virtual world. We have examined our work through a racial equity lens during this time and have developed a racial equity statement. Additionally, we have launched our Specialized Recruitment Coordination Program, which is focused specifically on identifying adoptive families for youth with disabilities. Receiving this grant will enable us to grow the Specialized Recruitment Program from a half-time position to full-time, which will allow us to essentially double the number of youth served over the next year. In the first year of this program, we had many successes, including the identification of a match for a young man with Duchenne muscular dystrophy who has been waiting several years in a residential program with minimal outside connections. The caseload has grown to capacity, and we've regularly received requests from adoption workers to add more children to the program. Just in the past few days, knowing that we would be receiving this grant and be able to grow the caseload, we were able to say yes to one of those requests, which was particularly urgent. A 12-year-old who loves anime and wants to go to art school, and who has been living in the hospital for the past 9 months with end-stage renal disease. This child needs to be living in a home with a family before he can be put on the list for the kidney transplant that he desperately needs. Directly because of this grant, I could begin working with him right away, rather than putting him on a wait list for this program. In the coming days and weeks, we will be able to go back to those adoption workers who have reached out to us, and we will also be able to start to connect with adoption workers in parts of the state that we haven't yet covered. Many, many more youth who are in need of specialized recruitment services will now be able to receive them thanks to all of you. A most sincere thank you to the Philanthropy Connection for believing in this program and in these kids as much as we do. The impact will be significant and immediate, and all of us at MARE are so excited to see this program's impact grow. Thank you so very much for your support.
Hi, my name is Lisa Smith, and I'm the Deputy Director at Neighbors in Need. We are grateful to the Philanthropy Connection for a second year of funding for our programs. Those of you new to TPC, Neighbors in Need provides food to the hungry of Greater Lawrence, as well as diapers and other infant supplies to those with diaper need. Lawrence has been particularly hard hit by the pandemic, and Neighbors in Need has never stopped operating throughout. We have provided food through grab-and-go food bags. We have delivered to homebound, COVID positive, and quarantining families, and we have continued the work of our diaper program also through home delivery services. Our work is made possible by a small number of staff, which work with a large number of volunteers, and TPC members have jumped right in and volunteered in our warehouse packing food bags and our office packing diaper supplies, as well as making diaper deliveries and even serving on our successful fundraising committee, who just had the Soups On virtual fundraising event. So thank you for your support and for the platform to get our message out and our needs met. We're grateful for that. TPC funding really helped with our growth over the last year. Not only did we remain in operation, but we also served more clients. We are now serving over 1,000 families in our food pantries, making deliveries to 70 families. Those are food deliveries, as well as delivering diaper supplies to over 400 families. Up to 400 families each month. One particular way that TPC funding helped us this year was to implement a group texting app that has been incredibly helpful in communicating information quickly to segments of our client base at a time. So we were able to let folks know when food pantries were canceled because of winter weather. We even used this app to reach out to our supporters during our Soups On fundraising event to let them know how to best donate to us online. So thank you for that support. Over the next year, we anticipate even additional growth. Both our food and diaper programs will be moving to larger storage space in the basement of 60 Island Street, where our administrative offices are located. This gives the programs not only additional storage, our food program will have larger refrigeration and freezer space, as well as both programs will have access to a loading dock, which means we'll be looking for a box truck to help us get more food from the Greater Boston Food Bank back to Lawrence. This loading dock will help us unload and get food stored much more quickly, as well as creates access to the National Diaper Bank Network's discounted diaper purchasing program, which will help us bring in a larger amount of higher quality diapers at a reduced rate, so stretching our diaper program's budget. So that's we're really looking forward to that. And we are grateful for the role TPC has played in all of this. We look forward to continuing our partnership into the next year, and are grateful to have such a great partner as we work together to help our community recover from the pandemic and beyond. So thank you, and have a great evening.
Hello, wonderful members of the Philanthropy Connection. It's Mitra Shavrini again, Executive Director of Project Citizenship. We at Project Citizenship are besides ourselves to be the recipient of TPC's generous support again this year, making us grantees for the third year in a row. Your sustaining and long-term support is so important to our mission. Let me take you to the inside workings of Project Citizenship this past year to illustrate why and what your grant has accomplished in terms of our mission. During COVID, our team, led by Melanie Torres, our Deputy Director, pivoted our programs to the now ubiquitous Zoom model. We had to develop new processes, train the staff and our volunteers. Figuring out how to transform our in-person citizenship workshops online when so much of what we do is dependent on good old-fashioned paper and pen was a programmatic challenge, if not nightmare. But we rose to the occasion. In fact, we closed 2020 by having successfully submitted 1,044 applications to the U.S. government's Citizenship and Immigration Services through our now virtual model. As we reflect on the lessons we learned during COVID, we at Project Citizenship are discovering some silver linings. Our virtual model revealed that we can reach disadvantaged populations who we had not been able to reach before: the elderly, the disabled, those who are challenged by multiple and competing roles who could not afford the time required to attend our in-person workshops. It was a year of revelations and challenges. Our staff was fueled to not let a minute go to waste. They were motivated not only by the urgency that was brought about by COVID, but also because of the Trump administration. From April to November of this past year, the Trump administration had issued 63 executive orders that were aimed at maiming our immigration system. For us, it meant that hopeful citizens-to-be were about to lose their shot at joining the fabric of this nation. Our staff literally worked around the clock to be able to process as many as those who needed our legal services. And who needs our services? Let me give you a glimpse of those we serve. 73% of our clients are frontline workers. They were your grocery store clerks, healthcare workers, sanitation workers, food service employees, public transportation attendants, among many others who served as our societal backbone during this pandemic. Our hopeful citizens-to-be are disproportionately workers of color. They are diverse, coming from 130 countries around the world. 70% of our hopeful citizens-to-be fall below federal guidelines of poverty. Without the services of Project Citizenship, this population would not be able to seek naturalization. They could not have voice in our political system. Our work at Project Citizenship falls at the intersection of social justice and democracy building. Both are contemporary forces shaping this country. We are very proud of the work we do and so very honored that you share our goals, values, and hopes for this country's future. My most sincere gratitude goes to each and every one of you at the Philanthropy Connection for granting us your support again this year. May you remain healthy.
Hi, I'm Victoria Hallberg. I'm the Director of Programs and Services here at Respond. I've been with the organization for 14 years now, and I have had the amazing opportunity to watch us grow from 2 programs into 5.
We have our emergency shelter program, our community intervention education program, our SAFER program out of the Suffolk County House of Correction, the law enforcement partnerships, and our housing program. Our staff in the different programs are providing a wide variety of services, from one-on-one counseling and case management, housing stabilization, safety planning, support groups, and help navigating the complex systems that they interact with. In addition, we attend community events, provide outreach and education training, and do a lot of teen dating, violence, healthy relationship work in some of the local high schools. It has definitely been a year like no other. When COVID hit, we were asked to leave the police departments. We weren't allowed back into the House of Correction. Nobody was coming out for services, but we knew we needed to do the work. We were able to get the police to email us reports. We had all of our meetings with community partners over Zoom. We communicated with our clients at the Suffolk House of Correction through the old-fashioned postal service and sent in materials for them to, learn on their own. All of our staff became experts at Zoom, and we had really surprising success with our virtual support groups. Like everyone, I think we are so excited to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Staff and residents of our shelter who wanted to be vaccinated were able to be vaccinated, and people are coming back in for services, and we are so excited to see them. One of the first clients to return for services was a woman who walked into our community service center. She had 2 young daughters and had just left a very abusive marriage. Her husband, when she told him she was leaving, escalated very quickly and assaulted her pretty badly. She had, black eyes and a bruised face. Her arm was in a sling and she just was at a loss. She said, what happens to women like me? What do I do? And, I said to her, you have just taken an amazing first step by coming here. We were able to assist her with finding a safe place to stay. She worked with housing to find a new apartment. She's connected with legal services. She attends the support group. She enrolled in the address confidentiality program. And her and the kids are just doing great and so happy to have a safe place to call home. We absolutely couldn't do that without our community partners. And the grant through the Philanthropy Connection will allow us to continue to provide these life-saving services. And we are so grateful. Thank you.
$10 for 10 amazing organizations that will be funding in the next year. I just wanted to take a moment to shout out our strategic planning process, which is happening in real time. This is the first year that we've been able to really execute on being able to do multi-year grant giving. And so that's exciting. And I just wanted to acknowledge that. Now, last but certainly not least of the evening is Bridget Dunn, our very first other co-president and Young Philanthropist member. Just a quick note, being a Young Philanthropist or YP is just a signatory that this is a member who is 35 or under. And this core group in our demographic represents 1/3 of our membership. 1/3 of our membership. And this has been an effort over the past 5 years. Bridget's membership started in 2016. We were in the same fellows class and has spanned many roles. Throughout each year, she has shown herself to be a beacon of consistency and constancy. If you've ever received a prompt follow-up email from her, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. She has shone bright in every interaction through our membership, and it has been a joy to not only introduce her, but the other women of this evening. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your host. Without much further ado, I truly could not hand it off to a better woman. Bridget, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. And wow, once again, I am blown away by the mission and impact of our new grantees. We are honored to fund their work, and we are excited to see what the year ahead holds. I would like to again thank everyone who participated on a grant team and to all of our members who voted. As you heard tonight, we have some exciting changes underway. Our DEI committee continues to examine the ways we can better live the principles of belonging, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We will continue to host engaging, informative educational events that offer face time with our grantees and other community leaders who are doing important work on these social issues. We will continue to create opportunities for social and personal connections during this isolated time. We are pleased to have introduced 4 new investment levels, no longer restricted by age. All membership levels will have the same access to all of TPC's programming, grant team opportunities, and voting. It's our hope that this change will allow all women to contribute at a level that's comfortable to them and to become an active part of our TPC community. If you have not yet, we encourage you to renew soon, hopefully at or above your current level, and to extend an invitation to any friends or colleagues who you think might be interested in joining. If you look into the chat, you will see a link to another Zoom meeting. There, you will be able to join breakout rooms with our newest grantees and will have the opportunity to chat, ask questions, and get to know them better. Thank you again to everyone who joined us tonight and to everyone who made this year possible. We are honored to be sharing this experience and making change with each of you. Please join us in the breakout rooms and have a safe and restful summer.